This is the base components for a sculpture that I'm doing for the Lucus Beaufort art show at No Comply in Austin, Texas on the 26th of this month. So April 26th, it's a Friday. Myself and a whole bunch of other artists are coming together, and we're all a part of this Lucus Beaufort art show at No Comply. So I've been wanting to make those guys a sculpture for a really long time, and I'm using this as my excuse to do it. So this is going to be the base, and basically what it's going to be a box, like a big box out of skateboards and plywood, and this will be the base for this pretty cool sculpture that I'm working on. That's going to feature the No Comply logo. But you're going to get something like this. So right now what we're about to do is size these and then miter them. So let's get it done. Pretty satisfied with that. I think we're looking right. All these gaps are going to close. Like, there's really not any. It's just like you got to clamp it, but everything's on point. So we'll add some dominoes, like probably like 5 or 6 on each side. For glue, we are looking good. Looking really good. Looking good. So just wrapped up today's project, or really what I've been working on for a while now, but just wrapped it up for today. And what you guys are seeing here is this mitered box. Okay, so we took the time to make sure our miters are really good. We measured everything, made sure everything was completely square and 45 to give us the best miters possible. And I made them this way. I specifically made the grain on this piece. I could have made it go sideways because the top portion is going to have sideways grain, but I found that when you do long ways grain, the miters look just way better. So we spent some time dominoing them and to where they couldn't slip. And then I used most of my rockler clamps, other than the 54-inch ones or the 48-inch ones, whatever the biggest ones are. Other than those, I used every one, and I just went around the entire base and clamped up until I saw a little bit of squeeze out. So we should have perfect miters. And if you guys want to come see, like, this is how we tested the angles in this thing. So we're using our Bridge City double square, and you can see that these things are like dead on the money. So because these are all accurate, whenever we go to size up the top, so this is our top right here, whenever this is dry, I'll cut 45s on this, and then we'll go to size it, and it'll just flush right in just perfectly. It's gonna be great. And then there's gonna be a hole right here with this 1.5-inch clear acrylic dowel that's gonna house the actual sculpture, because this is just the base. And we're gonna put the base on another base, probably, most likely a mobile base for the base. And then there'll be an acrylic rod with the really cool sculpture. I can't wait to show you guys. It's gonna be really cool. All right, so right now we're going to Cross Grain Studio to visit my buddy Noah. So Noah and Cross Grain Studio do a lot of some of the work they do something on almost every project of mine. Mainly the CNC is what I utilize from them. So Noah is a genius when it comes to CNC work and laser work. So he helps me out a lot, from creating tool paths to actually giving me the option to use his CNC. So right now we're going to Cross Grain to work with Noah and cut out these panels that we need for a sculpture, the sculpture that we've been making. So what you guys are gonna see us do today is sit down at the computer, make sure the tool path is correct, and make sure like everything is within the scale that we need it to be. And then I gave him some panels that were glued up from like a bunch of crazy, it was like the weirdest pattern that I've ever done, but of recycled skateboards. So he's got panels of recycled skateboards. We're gonna go and we're gonna cut those on his CNC, and we're gonna take those panels and we're gonna stack them and make a 3-dimensional object. So that's what we're doing. This is where we're gonna build the shipping container too. This is what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna say no comply. First panel. This will be the middle panel, no comply middle. And then this will be the front, like that. So we'll cut no comply out of all 3 of these and then glue them together. And then these are gonna fit on the acrylic rod that has the base. And it'll live in no comply. So hopefully it doesn't suck. Coming. All right, so we're back at the shop. We got the pieces CNC'd last time we were filming. And we've since glued those pieces together. So this is what the result is right now. And I'm currently working on sanding it through. So this is made from like 4 panels. And every one, between them, there's dowels. So like I drilled a hole straight through the middle ones, and then that connects to the top panel and the bottom panel. So to minimize any sort of variance on the edges, but still a ton of work for sanding. So Leo's been sanding it all morning, but now I'm about to take over, and that's pretty much all I'm gonna be doing for the rest of the day is sanding this and this, getting it ready for finish, which we should be applying tomorrow. So pretty exciting. All right guys, so we're back in the shop, and today is an awesome day because we're finishing a bunch of projects for the Lucus Beaufort No Comply show next week in Austin, Texas. So this is a sculpture made from recycled skateboards that I've been working on for a long time for No Comply. It's one of the best skate shops in the South. They're based in Austin, Texas. I love everybody there, so I've been wanting to do this for a while and I finally did it. So let's check it out. So the base is already assembled, and then we have an acrylic rod that fits into this hole. We push this down, we check our alignment. Okay. And then we got this, so No Comply, made out of skateboards, carved, and this guy fits right on here. So the next step is to sign the bottom, and whenever it's in its forever home and No Comply, we'll have to epoxy this to the acrylic rod so it doesn't come apart anymore. But for ease of transport, we'll leave it undone. And then the very last step, which I'm excited, I'm waiting on this part to come in, but we are gonna put a small spotlight on the bottom of this rod, so this acts kind of like a fiber optic light and just illuminates the whole thing. So I can't wait to show you guys that, but it's gonna be a couple days. I'm still waiting on that part. Other than that, and my signature, this piece is done. And to go along with this piece, we made these little guys. And this is what you're gonna see me work on a little bit today. So these are all really cool wall art pieces. So I made 3 pieces that say No Comply, shout out one of the best shops in the South. And then I made 6 pieces where it's framed and it says skateboarding out of skateboards. And if you look, in the middle of the O is a heart. So it's kind of cool, and everyone is completely different, completely unique. All of them have little spline details. So if you look on the edge, on the miters, they have little inlays to make them stronger, and it just looks cooler. But yeah, so I have 3 more of these to finish, and that's what you guys are gonna join me here today for. I'm gonna glue the backing on using Starbond adhesive. They're black CA glue, which is super, super useful for stuff like this. And that's it. So let's get to it. So for this one, for these projects, I'm using Starbond's medium thick black dyed CA glue. And what's cool is because it's black, if there's any squeeze out on this edge on the front, you really won't see it. It's just gonna blend in with the black. So that's why I chose this product. It's a great product for this. So what I'm doing is I'm just going around the edge of the rabbit on the inside of the frame with a small bead of black CA glue. I got the little bead of glue, and what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna take their activator and spray the perimeter. And then this will ensure that it cures immediately correctly. Just push it in, hold it there for a second. And then that's what we got. So this piece is now ready for the no comply. The word mark made from skateboards, and I made these in 2 different layers. So if you look at these guys, there's on every piece there are 2 layers. So there's one that features the lines going this way, and then on the back side of every piece it's actually skateboards like from the top down, and this is done to change the grain orientation and make the top and the bottom's grain orientation perpendicular. This is done to make the top and bottom's grain orientation perpendicular to each other, so that whenever we're seeing this out, there's no explosion. It makes it for a much stronger piece if you have glue and layers adjacent to each other that are perpendicular. So that's what this is. And right now we're gonna put it on this piece. And I'm doing that again with Starbond CA glue. And I left the back, you see the front is finished, the back is unfinished, so that the adhesive seeps into the wood grain and creates a proper seal. So again, we're just taking Starbond's black, medium thick CA glue, and we're just gonna create a bead and go along with the script. We're gonna do a light bead so that there's very little squeeze out on the edge to detract from the design. Okay, we'll hold it there for a second. We'll hit it with the activator one more time, make sure everything's cured. There you go. That's a wrap. The last step I have to do on all these pieces is add little frame hangers. So that's what we're gonna do next. And then I'm gonna sign every piece. But I'm really excited. Trick to hold little nails if you don't know it already. I do this all the time. So use a set of needle nose pliers, align this, and you can use this to hold it versus your finger. That's 2. All right, that one is ready for my signature.